Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a real quick video, kind of like a story time of when my job tried to play me. So this happened back a long time ago, like I want to say maybe 4 or 5 months ago. So basically I was a CNA and a med aid and a med tech at this job for like I want to say 7 or 8 years. I got hired 2014 as a CNA on second shift full time. And then I think like after I was there for like 8 months, I took the med aid class and I took the med tech test. I'm become a med aid and a med tech, and I got like $1 raise. They started me out at $9.25. It was either $9.25 or $9.50 on second shift. Now this was a long time ago when I first started there. When I first started there in 2014, that was like the average pay I was getting as a CNA. But then I went up to $10.25. When I became a med aid. So I went from being full-time, then after a while I think I went to like part-time, then after a while again I went to PRN, then I went back to full-time, up and down, full-time, part-time, just back and forth because I got tired of the job. But I always stayed though as an employee, as a loyal employee. Nevertheless, I ended up getting fired it was on good terms though. The only reason I got terminated, I got a letter in the mail, is because I was PRN there, and to stay PRN there you have to work, I think it's like you have to work at least 3 shifts every quarter or something like that. And by that time I was starting an agency and I was making good money doing agency and stuff like that, and there was some other drama at the job that I didn't want to deal with, so I just started working agency. I wasn't even thinking about that job. So one day I got a letter in the mail saying I've been terminated, but that was literally the only reason. So I wanted a PRN job 5 months ago. I wanted something PRN, but that's it. So I was looking for something, every other weekend, something like that. So I actually applied back to the job because the job is not far. It's only like not even maybe a 10-minute drive from where I live. So recently, like a year ago, they had up the pay at that job. So anybody that is a CNA that works at that job, and it doesn't matter what shift they work, it doesn't matter if they're a brand new CNA, the minimum pay, they went up to $15 an hour. Though not like statewide, but at this specific job. And I was happy because at that time, y'all, can I believe, and this is so stupid, but I was at that job for like 4 or 5, when I was there for 5 years, I was still only making like barely $12 an hour. And I'm a med aid and a CNA and a med tech. And I worked as a med aid there a lot because there was, at one point, they barely had any nurses and stuff, so they was calling me every day, Joanna, can you work as a med aid? And I didn't mind because I enjoyed working as a med aid. I actually really enjoyed working as a med aid. So yeah, but what was I about to say? So yeah, I don't know why I let myself, that was stupid. But anyway, so they had this new pay. Like I said, this started like a year, I want to say about a year ago, where if you're a CNA there, the bare minimum you're going to make is at least $15 an hour, at least. And it doesn't matter if you're a brand new CNA. And at the time, for me, that was great news. That was a big raise for me, going from 12 to 15 an hour. That was a big deal. That was great. Now I make way more than that because, but anyway, so fast forward to like recently, or 5 months ago, I applied back because I wanted a PRN job. I just wanted something kind of stable where I know for a fact I'm going to be having income every other Saturday and Sunday or something like that. So to work there, they told me I pretty much got the job back because I talked to the HR lady, and I didn't get terminated on bad terms. Like I said, the only reason I got terminated was because I didn't work enough to stay PRN. That's the only reason. So it was like no problem for me to get the job back. But of course, since even though I worked there, I'm still considered a new employee. I have to go through orientation and stuff like that. So there's going to be 2 people at orientation, right? Me and this other young lady that is in high school. I think she was a senior in high school, right? Now, keep in mind, at this time, now I have damn near 10 years experience as a CNA, med aid, or at least 10 years experience as a CNA, like 8 years experience as a med aid, and the same, about 8 years experience as a med tech. And I'm supposed to make a little bit more automatically because I'm a med aid and med tech. So if they ever need somebody on the cart, they can put me on the cart. So I'm supposed to make a little bit more. So they offered me $16 an hour. $16 an hour, right? 10 years experience, $16 an hour, right? And I was supposed to work first shift. And I already knew it was going to be hard work. Because first shift is busy, especially at this place. So at this place, they have walkie-talkies, right? And the nurses and stuff, the charge nurses and stuff, they be on these damn walkie-talkies. So if a call light goes off, even if they know that you're busy with another patient down the hall, the charge nurse will go, room 3 needs assistance, room 5 needs assistance, room 7 needs assistance. And they have a rule that we're supposed to have our walkie-talkies on us at all times so we can communicate with each other. And that was one of the annoying things about this job. It'd be so fucking annoying. Okay, if you know I'm down the hall busy as hell as a CNA, there's no need to keep saying what call light is going off on the walkie-talkie. Obviously, when I get out the patient's room, the lights are going to be lit up so I can see whose light is going off. If I'm already taking care of patient A in this room, changing her, giving her a shower, or whatever I'm doing for her, saying room 5 needs assistance is not going to make me move any faster. I have to finish with patient A first before I go to patient B. So what's the point in that? What's the point? I understand walkie-talkies is a good way to have communication if you need help with something, but it was just so annoying. The nurses there abused those walkie-talkies. Like, room 7 needs assistance. It was so annoying, like, y'all. But anyway, so I really had thought about something, right? And since the girl was in high school, she couldn't have orientation at 9, so they accommodated her. So our orientation didn't start till 12 in the afternoon to accommodate her school schedule, right? So I really got to thinking, because I thought they were going to, I thought they would at least, offer me 18, 19 an hour. I have 10 years experience, and I'm a med aid. So I got to thinking, wait a minute, this ain't right here. Because the girl told me she's literally a senior in high school. This is her very first CNA job. So she has no experience besides, the CNA class, but no experience, right? And she's making at least 15 an hour, right? And she's probably making a little bit more than 15 an hour because they do shift difference. So I'm working first shift. So she's probably making at least $15.50, if not $16 an hour. So think about this, y'all. I have 10 years experience. And I'm a med aid and a med tech. And I have 8 years experience in that. And I'm making literally the same salary as somebody that is a brand new CNA that has no experience. The same exact pay. Does that sound right to y'all? At first I was like, well, it's just a little PRN job. But I was like, no, hell no. I'm not going to let this job play me. There are too many jobs out here that I could work at. Y'all are not about to play me like that. So I didn't take the job. I texted the lady that is in charge of the employees. And I was professional. I said, thank you for the job opportunity, but I just don't think the pay that I was offered accommodates the experience that I have. And then she was like asking me, I texted it to her. I have a friend that was working at that job. Me and her worked together for a while. She gave me her number. The HR, not the HR, but the lady that's in charge, I want to say the schedule coordinator or whatever. And I didn't text her back. She was like, oh, what were you expecting to get paid? I didn't want to go back and forth with her. I'm not doing that. Because I feel like, like I said, I already know I'm going to be working my ass off because it was on first shift, PRN. In this place, they have like high expectations. They want you to answer them call lights in a good, timely manner. And like, I already knew I was going to be busting my ass on first shift. I already knew. But you know, it was just gonna be a PRN job. But just to think, I'm not gonna let them get over on me like that. And the funny thing is, cause I passed a job sometimes when I go to my grandma's house, cause it's on the way there.